Hello, I'm Mr. D, also known as Kang Did, and today I'm going to make a video about the English language in various accents. Disclaimer: this video is not meant to offend anyone, nor it is meant to make any stereotype about any ethnic group on the face of the earth. This video is just me making an attempt to speak English in many different accents. If I go to a certain country where people are not familiar with British tourists, people would ask me, "Where are you from? Why do you have a very good British accent?" I would answer, "I'm from Indonesia, and I've been living in the UK since I was 2 years old, since I was a toddler. That's why I have a very good British accent." If I didn't say that I'm from Indonesia, people would doubt that I'm from Indonesia. People would think that I'm an alien from Mars or from Jupiter or from Venus or any other planet. If I would answer I'm from Mars, they would think that I'm a silly person. I went to Cornwall in 2005. I went to Bodmin. I went to the Eden Project, but I didn't go in. I didn't get in. I also went to the beach. I also went to the Cornish Goldsmith. At that time, I was 5 years old, turning 6, because I went in May. My birthday is in June. I went to Cornwall once more in 2008, and once again in 2015. In 2015, I went to the Eden Project. I was 16 years old at that time. I went to Wales in 2006, when I was 6 years old, turning 7. I went to Gwynedd County. I went to Bethesda, which was the village I stayed in, because I stayed in a caravan park. I went to the Snowdon Mountain Railway. I went up the railway, up the mountain railroad. At that time, when I went there, it was raining, but it was just a light rain. It was not a heavy rain like in Indonesia. I also went to Holyhead on the Isle of Anglesey. I went to the Holyhead Marina. I went to Wales with my mom, my dad, and my cousin. "Why are you wearing a Liverpool jersey? You're not from Liverpool. You don't support Liverpool FC. You can be from anywhere and wear a Liverpool jersey. You don't have to be from Liverpool." Siddhartha. The word castle has a silent T. It's pronounced castle, not castle. It's pronounced castle, as in Newcastle or Alnwick Castle. When I went to Scotland, I was a wee bairn. I went to Edinburgh. I went to Edinburgh Castle, if I'm not mistaken. But I have to ask my dad about that, because I forgot. My dad might remember that. When I went back home from Scotland to my house in England, I was lost. We were lost. My dad was driving across the Lothian Mountains, the Lothian Hills, and my mum was reading the map. She was turning the map upside down. Come to Ireland. It's a marvellous country. It's a beautiful country. It's filled with natural beauty from north to south, from east to west. In the north, you can see the Giant's Causeway. It's beautiful. It's the large stones by the sea, by the seaside. In the south, you can see the Skellig Michael Islands. It's an ancient ruins. It's beautiful. Just come to Ireland. I went to France in 2009. My dad was driving from England, from my house in Hertfordshire, to Paris. Then from Paris, he was driving to Poitiers. In Poitiers, my dad was stopped by the police, but luckily enough, my mom is able to speak French. And the policeman said, "Il n'y a pas de brouillard, c'est clair." However, my mom couldn't understand the word brouillard, and the policeman was pointing to the sky. Then my mom understood that the word brouillard meant fog. When I was at primary school, I was twirling like a flamenco dancer. I was doing that in the school corridor. And then the teacher told me off. "Why are you doing that? It's dangerous. You have to be walking. That's very dangerous. You can run over someone. You should walk properly in the school corridor." I went to Italy in 2002 when I was a toddler. I went to the Leaning Tower of Pisa and the Colosseum, and I also went to the Roman Forum. That's all I remember. For the details, I forgot. I have to ask my mom or my dad to be sure about that. When I went to Germany, it was in 2015. between 2014 and 2015 because I spent the New Year's Eve in Berlin. At that time, I was 15 years old. I went to the Berlin Wall and the Reichstag, which is the Parliament building. I also went to the, the museum. The museum dedicated to Karl May's works. And that museum, I saw the Wiener Tau and all about his adventures that he wrote in his book. I also saw the, the costume of Wiener Tau and the Carabinensi. And I went to the Dresden Old Town, the Dresden Old City. Come to Poland. It's a beautiful country. It's a marvelous country. You can see the old buildings and the old town. It's beautiful. It's a contrast between the old and the new. The old buildings and the modern motor vehicles, the cars, motorcycles. You can go to many parts of Poland and see these old beautiful buildings. You can go to Krakow, Częstochowa, Katowice, Wrocław, and even Warsaw and Lublin. If someone said to me, I've been drinking 2 bottles of Palinka, and I would laugh at her, or him, and I would ask him or her, are you still alive? That's very strong alcohol, 50% alcohol. Hello, my name is Igor, and I'm the chef for now. And now I will introduce you to the best recipe that my parents and grandparents have cooked for me, generations. It's called borscht. First, you put the beetroot. Then, second, you put, carrots and any other vegetables. Carrot, cauliflower, and some green beans. It depends. It depends which vegetables you like. You can even put green peas and something like that, other vegetables. The third, you put smetana, which is the most important element of borscht. And the fourth, if you're not a vegetarian, you put a doktorska sausage. The ancient Greeks were good scientists. The Greeks invented everything, from the thermometer to the Archimedes theory to the Pythagoras theory. In mathematics, Greek letters are used for equations. Even in science, Greek words are used. Biology is from bios and logos. Also, physics is also a Greek word. Even geography is also a Greek word, geos and graphos. Even theology is also a Greek word, theos and logos. Even democracy is also a Greek word, demos and kratos. The ancient Greeks were very good scientists. Indeed, that is true indeed. Welcome to Turkey and welcome to Istanbul. I will be your guide across Turkey. My name is Mehmet. Sorry if I forgot to introduce myself to you. And I will be your guide today in Turkey and for the next 10 days. Now we are in Istanbul, which is the only city on the face of the earth to be located in 2 continents, Europe and Asia. Istanbul is the only city in the whole wide world, in the face of the earth, on the face of the earth, to be, divided into 2 continents, Europe and Asia. There are many names for Istanbul, and the old name was Constantinople. The other names are Constantinopolis, Istanbul, Constantiniye, and Tsarograd. And that's it for today. Thank you. Please comment, like, and subscribe to my channel, Mr. D, aka Kang Didit.